welcome to 360 Strong Women. Today, we're going to be doing some doodling for stress. I'm going to show you some simple, basic things you can do to be mindful and reduce stress by drawing or coloring. So I've got some paper here. I've got some graphic pens, and they're different sizes as far as like thicker and thinner. I've got a pencil, and I've got what this is called is a little stubby thing. It helps me smear the pencil if you want to get fancy. We're going to do some simple doodling. And the first thing I'm going to do is do some leaves, basic leaves. So I've just drawn a line with a little bit of a curve. And then I'm going to make another curve and then connect them together. Move up my line, make a curve, and connect them together. So I'm going to just make these little curves and connect them to my line. Now you can do any kind of doodling you want. You can use pens, pencils, colored pencils, watercolor pencils, markers. Doesn't have to be fancy. It just needs to be relaxing. If this looks like it's too complicated, then you can do something simpler, and we'll do that as well. So I want you to be able to see that. So now I've made one long stem of leaves. And all I'm going to do now is put a line right down the middle. Not all the way to the top, but take it to the middle and kind of split the leaf in half. Now you've got a vein. And all I'm doing is making lines. It's creating shapes, but I'm just making lines. You don't have to be artistic to create beautiful doodles. Now, what I want to do after this is add some dimension to it. So I'm going to make another little line right next to my stem. It can be thinner, it can be thicker in some spots. It's just going to give it a little bit of dimension. So I'm just drawing another line, just another line. And then I want to add some dimension to my leaf. So I'm going to take the outside of each leaf as if there was a shadow and draw another line and then fill it in. Like I would be making it three-dimensional and adding some shading. Now what you could do, if you don't want to draw a line and fill it in, is you could just make it thicker with your marker on one side. So I just want to do this down one side on all my leaves. Just like that. I'm almost getting so relaxed I'm forgetting to talk as part of the tutorial. That's what doodling and coloring does for you. It's get your mind so in tune to what you're doing, present moment, moment to moment. The important part here is when you're doodling and you're doing the moment to moment, don't worry about, oh, I made a mistake, I don't like the way it looks. So pure mindfulness is where we want to go. Mindfulness is moment to moment awareness. So I'm aware that I'm drawing on this page. I'm relaxing my breath work. I'm breathing gently in and out while I'm drawing. What I'm not doing is being critical of what I'm drawing. So moment to moment awareness without judgment. If I draw out of the line, I don't care. I'm just going to add to it. So I don't care about mistakes. I'm just doodling. So however it comes out, it's going to be perfect just the way it is. So I just added some lines. I drew out the line and then I just added it, and it actually gives it something really pretty. Now what I'm going to do is, because I've used so many lines, even this is a curve, it looks a little flowy, but there's not a lot of softness to this because it's just lines. So I'm just going to add some circles right in between each corner of each leaf. So as you can see, and you can add more than one, doesn't matter. Just drawing some little circles. They're going to come out looking kind of like berries because they're leaves. I just call them little circles. And then I might, on one side of each circle, make it thicker. So now it looks a little three-dimensional. Just like that. And now I'm starting to get something going here. And what I'm really doing is just relaxing my body, breathing in and out, bringing my body into parasympathetic nervous system, and being a little bit artistic, right? I'm just showing my artistic. So that's just a leaf. That's just a stem. Now you could take another line and take it the other way and build off of that. So I've just drawn a curve. And then I might draw another line and make some more leaves. They might overlap each other or not. It's up to you. It's your doodling. And again, I'm just making lines. A little arc, like a half of an eyelid, and then just connecting it together. And then halfway, I might make my vein. And then I'll take one side of my leaf, make it thicker. And I'm just using a little black marker. It's 0.1 if anybody wants to know that. And you can go thicker and or thinner. You can mix and match. You can use markers, colors. You can do a wash over this. Sky's the limit. It's your doodle. You can do this while you're waiting on an appointment, waiting for something to cook, waiting for a friend. You just got off the phone with somebody. You're waiting for your next appointment. You can take time to do mindful doodles. And then I'm just going to make these circles right in between. Just circles. Maybe I want to make 3 circles. And then make one side a little thicker and just gives it some dimension if you want. And I might want to make this stem a little thicker because I might want to color it in. And again, it's just a line. You're just drawing one line up and then the other. And now you've got a really pretty leaf stem. Now what if I don't want to get that complicated and I want to do something different? You could do a spiral. Just start in the middle and just keep circling around. Make it as big or as small as you want. And yes, it can go right up next to your other creation. And I might want to make a small one and connect it. Little tiny one and connect it. You can make them all different colors or make it all black and white. And then right where, this is really relaxing. I like the spirals. Right where they connect, you can just color that in and it gives it some dimension. So now it's starting to fill in really pretty, really nice. Another one here, fill that in. Hopefully you can see this. Then I might want to fill in right in between where my spiral meets my leaf. I might want to take some little antlers off of that. I call them antlers because it looks like a little bug antler, or it could look like another little flower, and draw off of that. And you can make them thick or thin. Just get some paper and start making shapes. And breathe in and out. Don't worry about how it looks. Just create. Let your body relax while you're creating. And then if you wanted, right in between, you could just make orbs or little circles and fill in your space. You can make your space as open or as closed as you wanted. You could leave an open space, or you could fill in a space with circles, like little bubbles. There is no right or wrong to doodling. Hopefully you can see this. So I've done my little spirals, I've got my little antlers, I've got some leaves and some circles. And that's just the start of one page. I could add harder lines, so I might want to do a square. Instead of a circle. Doesn't have to be even. Doesn't have to connect. You're just creating. You can draw as many in any direction as you want. Remember, there is no rules, and I might want to, color in some, make it three-dimensional. Make one side darker so it looks thicker on one side. And I'm just doing that by adding a thicker line. That's all I'm doing. No right or wrong. It's your creation. It's just taking a moment, taking time. So a lot of people will say, Beth, I don't know how to meditate. It feels weird to sit and close my eyes and breathe. This is a form of meditation that you can do. Just add some depth there. This is a form of meditation that you can do using just a marker and a piece of paper or a pen, a pencil, shapes. It's just drawing. You may want to do another type of flower. So I've got some hardness here. I might want to just draw a line and make it like curvy. And then make an oval and a line. And then connect my ovals on and keep connecting them as they get shorter and shorter and shorter. And put a little hat on the end. And then I might want to take one side and make them darker, like fill them in, make it colorful, or I'm just shading mine with a pen. And now it looks like a little flower or a mushroom, something like that. You could make a whole bunch of those, and then you might want to put some circles, some spirals off of it, a little leaf. You've done and practiced all of that, so you can do that and add a whole bunch of those on. It's just an oval, and then an oval that keeps connecting and gets shorter and smaller until it's done. And then I just shade mine in. I'm just doing this all in black and white. And I might want to add some other shapes to it. Or I might want to add some circles. Just like that. And you can just keep drawing, keep adding. You may want to do just lines. It's very relaxing. You can add circles to that. And get all crazy combinations. You may want to work triangles. Just any kind of shape. Just keep building off of them. And get all kinds of shapes. And then just fill it in where you want to fill it in. Just keeps making lots and lots and lots of triangles. And just keep building off of them. I gravitate to certain things. Can make squares. I'll make another square. And make another square. And then work from there. They'll make boxes. And then fill them in. Just like that. All kinds of doodles. You can start with a circle. And then add another circle. a small circle, add a bigger circle. You can make little flowers out of them or bubbles. Just make them three-dimensional by putting just a little dash on them. It looks like a bunch of grapes now. It just turns into a creation. But what you're doing is something very mindful. You're taking your time. There's no judgment. You're just making lines and circles and squiggles and drawing it out. Then you might want to take a pencil. You could take a graphite pencil if you wanted to add shading. So you would use your pencil on its side and just make a mark. Just press it and make a mark. And I would do it on like one side of every leaf, just like when you made the dark, or on the inside of the vein. You could do that. Or you could go straight up the stem. And then you can take your finger, or I just take these little smudgers. You smudge it. You just rub right on it. It's just rubbing. It gives you a whole different sense of, so it just makes a shadow. Just like that. Just making some shadow. And fill it in. What became black now is gray. Or you could add a colored pencil to it. And then just color your shape in. And you could smudge it or just add some color here and there. So I just drew this like 10-15 minutes of just making shapes and talking to you while I was making shapes and feeling super relaxed. Did this one the other day, and I don't know, about 10 minutes. I just had some time, was waiting for my next meeting, and I started doodling. And then I started shading, and then I got some colored pencils and I started filling them in. And then I created this little doodle, and I was really relaxed after I did it. I was ready to go to my next thing. Doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be complicated. It can be just little small doodles. Some bigger ones of all leaves and circles. I've done just circles and made them into balls. Just circles with lines on them. And how relaxing was this? Coloring, doodling, you can just get a coloring book if you don't want to doodle it out, and just take your favorite colors and color. Breathe in and out nice and slow. Big inhalations, big exhalations. Breathe in and out. And just mindfully, moment to moment, awareness of, I'm just sitting here in this moment, using my marker, my pencil, my colored pencil, my crayon, my pen, and I'm drawing lines and circles and shapes, and just allowing my brain to relax and create and stay in the moment without any judgment. No judgment, just lines and circles and shapes. And that is another way. Find my one that I just did for you. And that's what we've done today. So just some spirals, some lines, and some circles, some squares, some triangles. And you just go from there. It's relaxing. It's a good way to meditate. Like to sit and just breathe. You can just sit and create shapes on a piece of paper. Doodling is simple and accessible, and it's a way to reduce stress and improve mental health. It helps to calm your mind. It provides a relaxing distraction from stress and anxiety. You focus on the present moment and let go of other worries and concerns. It promotes creativity. Doodling stimulates the imagination and encourages creative thinking. It can help you to explore new ideas and find solutions to problems, which can in turn reduce stress. It can improve concentration. Doodling can help to improve focus and concentration as it requires a level of attention and engagement. This can be especially helpful for people who struggle with attention or have ADHD. It encourages mindfulness. Doodling can be a form of mindfulness as it involves being present in the moment and focusing on the act of drawing. Mindfulness has been shown to reduce stress and improve mental health. It's an easy and portable activity. Doodling is a simple and low-cost activity that can be done anywhere. It makes a convenient way to relieve stress and improve mental health on the go. So I hope that you like this little doodling video to reduce stress, to relieve some anxiety, to become present in the moment. I will see you for the next video. Share your doodles with me. I would love to see what you come up with. Until next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to our channel, and we'll see you for the next video. Bye.